Congratulations, you dominated the entire rally. And then a deer got in your way.
Yeah.
But you still beat me, so
well,
good job.
Glad I didn't get beat by a guy with a broken dick.
Yes. That's the end.
And that's the wrap.
That's the wrap.
Well, classic shenanigans at Rally Ready. Pulling to the house at 1 a.m., a little delirious. We had some work to do left on the cars, and we looked at the tracks pretty closely. The trailer is pretty heavy, and it slid off almost into the lake.
With only 4 hours until the start of the 100 Acre Wood Rally, Team BRCC has no choice but to knuckle down and fight to save the stranded rig that is housing the team's cars.
About an hour outside of Salem, Missouri, start of 100 Acre Wood Rally. It has poured all night, all morning.
Beyond exciting. We won last year's championship, and then you think you're going to start at Snowdrift, so you prepare yourself for that, and all of a sudden Trav gets injured. So for us, it's just been a lot of hard work in the off season, knowing that we did miss that first round, and I can't wait to get started and try and defend our championship.
Coming into 100 Acre Wood, I feel pretty good right now. I feel great in the car. I can't really move my legs from like a seated position. I can't move up or down. Still got the tube coming out of my belly, so that gets a little bloody by the end of the day, but that's not a huge concern.
I'm not nervous at all. This is literally what I've done in special operations my whole life. It's all about the process. And so the reconnaissance, all the cool things you do in rally, all these things in preparation is the process I'm used to. I feel very comfortable in this chaos. With that said, I have a lot of technical deficiency.
The turnout here is just so many people. We've got a good setup, good tires, good team and everything, so we're gonna hit it pretty hard this afternoon.
I guess they tried to go fishing with the hauler without me. We know that ain't gonna work out too well for them. So I feel for them so much that I'm actually cleaning my own car.
I'm just stoked to be here for the event, but more importantly, like the team, you guys, because fuck the fourth wall. The drivers on the team, our crew, yeah, it's insane, dude. It's a blast, and like the vibes are sick.
It was so good. Ring's calling notes perfect. We won the first stage. It's good to be back. I mean, literally coming from a broken back to jumping in and saying, hey, this is gonna be one of the most competitive rallies of the year.
I think we're 5th in class and leading.
Sorry, is that metric 5th or?
Really don't have to do with him?
50 after it. 3 right, tighten, into 3 left, open.
Okay, alright. 5th in class and 1st overall, so yeah, pretty happy. It's just so
First in
fun.
class, 5th overall.
Yeah,
See?
fuck this.
What do you think? He's got it all fucking metric. He's doing it in metric again. Stop it, Jared!
100 Acre Wood actually started out great for everybody. I think Black Rifle, we were leading every class by like less than a second. I mean, it was that close, but yeah, we all came out and hey, we had our fun little shenanigan time down at Rally Ready and we were ready.
Obviously we were leading at the lunch break, and then we went back out, and in stage 5 we got a puncture on the front, and that's never good because once that goes you don't have much control of the car.
Tom takes an early lead in RC2. All he has to do now is get through the rest of the rally with no mistakes. Bucky and co-driver Greg Dorman sit fourth in limited four-wheel drive, and Texas Dave takes the lead in the same class.
Fourth doesn't do us fuck all. So you can bleep it if you want for the points.
Power stage tomorrow though, so that's a good thing.
We have to win the power
12.
stage. So
5 points you can get there. So stage 12 tomorrow.
That's
So
big.
yep.
thank you. See you. Yeah, doing good. Here we're at Park Expose. It's pretty cool. It's actually really cold today, as it turns out, but got some of the gnarliest stages of the whole championship today. Yesterday should have been the really easy, straightforward stages, but as it turns out, it rained a couple inches, so definitely some muddy times, and today we'll see what happens. We're driving fairly well, but we're getting our asses handed to us, so this is the most competitive the championship's ever been. Semenuk is driving the best I've ever seen him, and that's my teammates. That's who I have to kind of base against. The weather conditions are definitely in his favor. We took a little too cautious on the water crossings and too cautious on the dips. Happy to report that my back and hips held up great, but then we lost 20 seconds on the first stage, so now we're back to let's just go wide open and see what happens.
Ever since JT came up to me earlier and said that he's going to smother me in mayonnaise if I don't gain a minute gap after the first stage, it kind of could put me on edge because I know you guys actually do what you say. So, yeah, awesome. We put the hammer down on the first stage this morning, and we took 15 seconds out.
Have Southern Loop Stage, which has got some really nasty sections, but only for like a mile or two. So our goal is just to stay really tidy through that stuff, make up our time on the fast, fun, flowing corners where we know we can do well. And if Bucky starts getting too quick, Tanya Harding him in the kneecap.
Dave is fast. There's no doubting that. And I think if I just keep my pace that I'm at right now, I'll just hopefully put a gap on third and just be able to bring the car home, because the cars have to go to Mexico in 8 days. So I'm trying to be nice to the equipment.
Yeah, my plan going in the last few stages is preservation. The restriction phase for me of having a turbo that doesn't exist on this car is good, but I want to make sure I get through this, don't break the car, so I can get past that and then evolve.
5+, keep out, into, hug, left 5 over crest, overrun.
I came out of service completely 100% fine. We beat the car in front of us by 24 seconds. The car in front of that by 28 seconds on that last stage. So I was confident, like, man, this car is doing well, morale's high, and I hear a clunk, and the engine just turns off, and it coasts me. I coast off to the side of the road, and I'm like, huh. And I go to start it, and I get a surge, and it felt like a seize. But that's what happens in motorsport. Look, I understand loss profoundly. It's part of my experience in special operations. I know how to shift, and now it's a shift, talking to the crew, how can I help, being on standby and ready to execute if needed be.
He's probably a little bit upset, but overall super stoked. And piece it back together and head to Mexico. So, you roll with it. And that's I mean, at Fieldcraft, that's what we do, is resilience. And the way you build resilience is exposure. So you don't play it safe.
I can't see. Where? I can't see.
Okay,
rally like this that was so fast and had such good stages. It's been an awesome time. It's been a perfect weekend, and it's great to see Dave first and Bucky second. It was unfortunate for Mike, but I think Mike had a great time. It's just unfortunate these things happen with the engine, but I can see JT's right there.
The most important thing of the night is Tom doesn't get mayonnaise.
Yeah, 1 minute. Mayonnaise or beer?
If you lost, you got mayonnaise. You won, you get beer.
Not the rally Mike and I were hoping for. Mike got beat by Ken Block's daughter, and I got beat by Ken Block after he hit a deer and limped it to the finish line, still kicked her butt. This guy beat me on the dollar stage, taking those 5 points, and my teammate won the rally, proving that my car is fast enough to win. So I didn't make the podium, I'm off to the bar, and good luck next rally, but I'm gonna try to take that $1 back.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Good save.
Fuck all you guys, I'll see you later.
As the sun begins to rise on a new day, Travis and the team race back to Pastranaland for their annual Memorial Day celebration.
Memorial Day weekend, I've always wanted to do something for the veterans, and let's bring some guys out that would really enjoy having some fun. Tim Montana came out, let's do a concert, let's do some rides, let's have some people ride some four-wheelers, let's do some mudding. Let's just have some fun. Let's show these guys an awesome time and thank them for everything they've done to give us the freedoms that we have to chase our dreams and to go race cars on weekends.
All the freestyle guys jumping over a band, and there was country music, and there was guys on top of a van that was sprayed in graffiti United States flag.
We had Banksy trying to do basically a world's first out there, which doesn't happen a lot of big crashes.
Go fast, don't die. All gas, no brakes. He's fucking nuts.
Banksy! Banksy! Banksy!
That looked cool. All right, well, I'll give it 2 more.
I think they brought over 100 military veterans, first responders, and their families to enjoy Pastranaland, and doing stuff like that also is beneficial to someone that's suffered something traumatically, like an amputation. They give them these experiences which help these veterans figure out how they can live a life.
We had a mudding event that was absolutely awesome, and you always forget, these guys they're so tough, and they're walking and running around, and they just take their legs off, and they're like, all right, let's go.
Helmet off, helmet off. I think I broke your wrist. I was like, no, hold on harder.
Yeah, dude, that's cool.
I was like, no, we're all good.
That was fun. That was awesome.
That was great, dude.
It was great to see all the veterans out and just being at Pastranaland, showing all these guys a good time. You could just see the smiles on everyone's faces. It was just, that made the day for everyone.
I'm having a lot of fun taking vets for a ride around Pastranaland's little race course for UTVs.
I don't think I've done anything in my life that topped that. Seriously, that was great. That was a lot more than I expected, but it was nothing like it. I've never done anything like that in my life.
Best ride of my life. That's it. Can't say anything else.
Pretty intense, honestly, for me, but just showing you that once again, as badass as we feel like we are, we don't have even the slightest idea of the badassery that the guys have been through, that have been fighting for our chances to be free. It's been pretty rad.
Want coffee? Anybody want coffee? I'm making coffee.
We're here here at 100 Acre Woods, Travis Pastrana's goals is to maintain the series championship. Mike Glover's goals to finish the race. Dave Carpathian's goals to actually put himself in the winnings to take a championship. Tom's goals, maybe shoot a bow and arrow accurately. My goals, eat 100 wings in a day with Jay.
How was the chicken wing count at?
I'm currently at 24.
You're gonna get to 100.
I know. This is the whip. This is the wing integration period. I'm just letting it settle.
If I'm doing 100 acre in the woods and he's doing 100 hot wings, he's gonna do like me, like not very well. I assume that based on the spice of the wing is going to determine the output, but he's a novice like me, he's a new guy. So I know he's going to progress, and next time he comes out here, he's going to be like a pro. So we're both rookies in that way. So I'm proud of them for stepping up and doing something besides drinking coffee and just hanging out. You know? I don't want to hype him up like that, man. He's the Ken Block of wing eating, so yeah.